How are we doing? So today is day 3. All right, so yes, we are on day 3, and if you can see me and hear me, please let me know in the comment section. Give me an emoji, say something nice. How has our day been? I hope it has been amazing. All right, so who is here? Let me see you in the comment section. Okay, so we are welcome to day 3. All right, so welcome. If you're just joining in, please let me see you in the chat box. If you are ready, type ready. If you're ready to go. All right, so today is day 3. We're going to be taking day 3, and then we're going to discuss day 2 again for the purpose of those that couldn't join live, right? I don't know what happened to the session that was recorded. For some reason it went off. All right, so Wumi is ready. All right, amazing. You are welcome. Okay, Hassan, I see you. You are welcome. All right, so today we are on day 3, and day 3 says, what 3 words best describe your child? Okay, so I want to hear us in the comment section. Okay, what 3 words best describe your child? Okay, if we did our homework. So let me see you in the comment section. What 3 words best describe your child? Okay, so I hope we engage with our children. We didn't just assume, we ask them. Okay, that's the goal. Now, the goal of all of these questions for each day is a challenge. Okay, 1, it helps you to connect, right? And it's a feedback. So every information you get is a feedback. Okay, so I want to see in the comment section, what did we get? What feedback did we get from today's challenge? It says, what 3 things, okay, best describe your child? The words. So if you are joining in, okay, all right, so let's hear in the comment section what you got, what information you got, because today, you know, is going to be a profound discussion. All right, this information, we are going to pay attention to what it is we need to do with it. Okay, so let me see you in the comment section. What did you come up with? Okay, so what all right, so basically what you are trying to get is your child's personality. Okay, your child's personality. All right, and you want to also hear their response, what they actually think about themselves, right? So yes, Hassana says that her daughter is fun, caring, and nice. Okay, amazing. Fun, caring, and nice. All right, so I want to see other comments in the comment section. All right, so basically, okay, this is what describes your child's personality. Okay, and this is the perception they have about themselves. These are the things that they feel are their strong points. These are the things that they feel, you know, is what makes them stand out. It's what makes them special. Okay, it's what makes them them. Okay, so it's what makes them different from the next person, because they are this and that. So I was having a discussion with my daughter. Okay, I was engaging with her concerning this. So I introduced to her the concept of SWOT analysis, and that's what I'm going to be sharing with us today. Okay, so Wumi says that her second says she's powerful, she's energetic and artistic. Wow, I love this, your second daughter. I mean, like, she looks like somebody that is very strong-willed and outspoken. So powerful, energetic, and artistic. Okay, so your first daughter is hardworking, gentle, and beautiful. Amazing. And you know, part of the intentions for doing this is also to help to build their self-esteem. You know, for girls specifically, self-esteem is everything. Okay, as we go on with this challenge, I'm going to be unfolding so many things that we need to pay attention to. So I like this feedback I'm getting. So as I was saying, I started introducing my daughter to the concept of SWOT analysis, and that's what we're going to be talking about today, concerning these questions we asked for today's challenge. So SWOT analysis is something, that you need to do periodically, okay? From time to time, you use it to analyze yourself. So I was in my daughter's school some time ago, and I was teaching the educators about emotional intelligence, and SWOT analysis was something that also came up. Okay, so it's a concept that considers your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats. Okay, now the strengths and weaknesses are internal. Okay, so it's something that comes from you. It's something that is about you, okay, that you cannot necessarily change, but you can do something about. So for instance, some of these things we mentioned are the strengths of our children. That is their strong point, okay? That is what, gives them an edge, all right? So I was having that discussion with my daughter. So why is this important? Okay, because no one is perfect. And then even as parents, like I said yesterday, you are not supposed to communicate to your child, that there is something wrong with them. However, we are all aware that we have weaknesses. So some of the feedback I got yesterday, some of you said your children said, they may be rude, they get angry a lot, like my daughter said, okay, maybe she's too careless and all of that. That may not be their strong point, but it's something that they can use their strengths to overcome. Okay, so for instance, my daughter said one of the things, that what was the question again? One of the words, yes, that best describe her is that she's smart. Okay, but she identified that she can be a bit careless, like she doesn't really pay attention to details. She's just quick to do things, and that's the sanguine nature, because she's a sanguine. Now I told her, so because you are smart, you can come up with smart ideas to try to overcome it. So maybe you can get an accountability partner or someone to help you, whenever you don't pay attention, to bring it to your notice, or you could find something, all right, as a prompt. So for whenever you do it, you can tell yourself, okay, this is something that I'm doing, come up with a smart idea because you are smart. Okay, so that is just an example of using your strengths to overcome your weakness. Now that is why you need to understand this concept of three things. So for instance, I don't know what weaknesses your children may have, but you need to now use each of these strong points that they mentioned, okay, to help them to use it to overcome their weaknesses. Now, so for instance, maybe if you can mention something that you feel is an aspect that they need to work on that is not necessarily their strong point, and then we can use these strengths you mentioned and try to see how they can work on their weakness. Now the whole essence of this is helping them to understand that this is something that they have. It's like their superpower, okay, and they can use it to their advantage. Do you understand me? So you are helping them to understand that these things that best describe them are like their superpowers, okay? They can use it to their advantage. So whatever thing it is that they are lacking in, they can use it to make up. They can use these things that best describe them to make up for it. Okay, so I want to see in the comment section, what are some of the things that you feel are things that your children need to work on, okay, so that we can use it as practical examples. Now, still on the SWOT analysis, so I've mentioned the S and W, it's an acronym. Now the O and T are opportunities and threats, okay. You need to also explain to them the concept. Now the opportunities and threats are external, okay. So opportunities will be things that they are exposed to that will enhance their strengths, okay, that will, it's like a plus for them, okay, that they are privileged to have that others don't have. So for instance, it's possible that you may have signed them up for the Skilled Kids Hub. That is an opportunity. It's an opportunity that presents for them to be able to learn and to build skills. So that opportunity will help them, to strengthen their strengths and also to work on their weaknesses. So that is an opportunity. All right. Then the threats are things that they may be lacking in, and some other person has that thing, okay, and so they see it as a threat. So for instance, my daughter was talking about the project they did in class. She felt she didn't really do well, and that's because she felt she did not pay attention. Remember I told you she's a bit careless. She could be so fast with her stuff. Sometimes she may not pay attention, okay, she may not pay attention to details. Sanguines are like that. They are just happy, jolly, jumpy. They need to focus. They need a lot of focus and structure. So she's like, okay, because of that, there were people in her class that did a better project, and she felt that their own project was better. However, she has the opportunity that presents, which is the fact that she has a parent that is knowledgeable and is helping her to learn about all these things. You understand? So now she's going to use her strength of being smart to figure out ways that she can pay more attention, okay, based on this opportunity of knowledge she has gotten, so that she can overcome that threat. So are you seeing how it's going? All right, so Hassana says that her daughter needs to work on attention span, okay, attention span. All right, now you mentioned that she's fun, caring, and nice. Now attention span is her weakness, right? So how can she use her strengths to overcome her weakness? How can she use her strengths to overcome her weakness? Okay, so she's fun, right? She likes fun things. So you can create, whatever it is you want her to pay attention to, you can make it fun, okay? Since she's more attuned to fun things, if you make it fun, she's likely to pay more attention to it. And that is why a lot of times, when I get to school and I'm engaging with teachers, there is so much stereotype, because teachers are just built to come and pass information, okay? They are not trained to understand each child. So they will complain, oh, this child is making noise, this child is distracting the class. But they don't understand children based on their personalities, their learning style, and all of that, okay? I figured that your second daughter is strong-willed, from what you've been saying. Yeah, from the traits you've been, saying. Yes, she needs to begin to do important things at the right time. She doesn't like to read, but prefers to draw with her time, okay? We're going to come to, okay, so we talked about reading. Now, every child, I want to just say this at this point. Every child loves to read, okay? And then there's something you must know. Reading, I said, as a skill. Reading doesn't come naturally, okay? So we naturally will be able to learn how to speak, to write, to listen, even though a lot of us don't do active listening. But those things don't, there's no effort. But reading comes with effort. Naturally, the brain, does not naturally know how to read. It needs to be trained. So if your daughter doesn't like to read, it's just that she hasn't found the right books. So there is a book for every child, depending on their learning style and their preferences. If she prefers to draw, you can get her activity books, okay? You can get her activity books. So she's strong-willed, yes. She needs to do important things at the right time. Now, she is artistic, she is energetic, okay? So you can direct that energy to things that are related to her arts, you know, things that are related to art. Like I said, you can get her activity books, you can get her picture books, okay? And then when you talk about important things, right? So you can put the power in her hands, you know. Strong-willed children, they are amazing, because I know that one of them, I'm also raising one now. Strong-willed children, they like to feel that they are in charge, so you put the power in their hands. So for instance, you can tell her, okay, I think I want you to take charge, okay? Come up with your schedule. I love the way, you know, you work with schedules. You know, I just want to see what you come up with. You know, they like that feeling of you've given them something to do. So put the power in her hands. And of course, she even mentioned that being powerful is one of her traits, right? So you try that and then see how she can overcome that weakness of doing the right things at the right time, okay? And then also explore what I said about opportunities and threats. So any suggestions on where to get these books, okay? So you can chat me later, Hasana, okay? I would get back to you. There are a lot of resources, you know, on reading, on books, right? You can chat me on that later, okay? Dr. Bessa, you are welcome. Okay, so Dr. Bessa says my second is steadfast, energetic, and dramatic. Okay, she looks like an extrovert from your descriptions. So all of these things I'm saying, okay, you need to engage your children and make impressions with these things. Let them own these things. Like I said, these things are their superpowers. Okay, so that seemingly thing that they feel they are deficient in, okay, that seemingly thing they think they are deficient in, let them use those strengths to overcome it. Remember, we talked about SWOT analysis, okay? Okay, so Wumi says I've gotten books and she reads the ones that have more pictures, you see, because she's artistic. I mean, if you just bring a book that has only you know, letters, she would just be, you know, her interest would just, you know, go. So that is it. But that's what I've learned. I mean, I think I did a live on books, as in helping your children develop a love for reading. And of course, in the Positive Parent Circle, okay, we dedicate a month to boosting your child's learning performance. So it's a course that's going to come up next year in September, okay? So you want to look out for that course, boosting your child's learning performance using brain-friendly strategies to unlock the genius in your child. So it's a course that will run for a month, where you have access to the resources for 6 months, okay? All right. Now, of course, okay, yes, Dr. Bessa says she's an extrovert. So I want to know, yes, she's energetic, steadfast, and dramatic, but what is her weakness, so that we can see how we can work on it? Because remember, we're talking about SWOT analysis, right? Okay. Wumi says I'm trying to allow them sometimes, except when we have deadlines. That's when I insist. Okay, allow them to do what exactly? I'm not sure. Maybe I missed that. Okay, so we're having the conversation, if you're just joining in, on day 3, which is about the 3 words that best describe our children. And the reason is because we want to define their personality. We want them to own their superpower, okay, and then use it to work on their weaknesses and also explore opportunities to overcome their threats. And so that's the discussion that we've been having so far. All right, so as the comments come in, I'm still going to make some comments on that, but let me quickly go through day 2 for the sake of those that couldn't join and were not able to access day 2. So if you were not here yesterday, day 2, we're talking about what your child would love to change about themselves. And the reason we're doing this was centered on 3 things. We wanted to build their self-esteem. We wanted to know how we relate with them. And then we wanted to be sure that they are not an easy prey to bullies. Okay, allowing them to do what they want. All right, so putting the power in their hands. Yes, once in a while, you know, yes, you put the power in their hands. That's one tip, okay, one hack for strong-willed children. So putting the power in their hands. Okay, so day 2, we're talking about what your child does not love about themselves. So we realized that the feedback we got from parents yesterday, it was actually what parents were projecting to the child, that, giving them this impression that something is wrong with them. So we said that the way you talk to your child eventually becomes their inner voice. Okay, so Dr. Bessa says her child is easily distracted, insists on her terms, and can buckle to please those she cares about. Okay, she's distracted, and okay, so let's see. So energetic and dramatic. So that energy, okay, that energy, you can channel it in more positive ways. I'm sure you've been joining the conversation. I explained something similar to Wumi. So you can channel that energy positively. Okay, you can channel it positively. Look for the things that she likes to do, and then curate the experiences around those things. That energy she has, let it out doing those things she loves. It will help her to focus. Okay, all right. So yesterday we said the way you speak to your child eventually becomes their inner voice. So most of the feedback we got yesterday, when I asked the parents, they said they were actually the things they complained about their children. So they are listening. Okay, they are actually listening. Now we need to be very critical, to separate the child from that behavior. Don't let them think that there's something wrong with them. You may not like what they did, but communicate in a way that doesn't mean that you don't like them, because that's what children see. Even without you saying, that disapproving look, that body language, they are reading all of it, and they are telling themselves, oh, maybe something is wrong with me, because mommy repeatedly says, and most parents actually say it, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? When you keep saying these things, children, especially between the ages of 5 to 10, they want to do right by you. They want to please you. So whatever it is you say, that will become their inner voice. So we need to pay attention. Okay, so if your child has complained about something, please, you need to build their self-esteem. Tell them nothing is wrong with them. Okay, absolutely nothing. And it's the way you communicate about that thing when they do it. Mistakes, is part of learning. Now, there's a lot of unresolved childhood trauma that I realized in my work with parents. A lot of times we are projecting that perfection, on our children without knowing it. And that's why part of what we do in the Positive Parent Circle is we have this healing your inner child. Because sometimes the automatic responses we give is from those subconscious experiences we've had in our childhood. And we are projecting those perfections on our children, not letting them to be, not giving room for mistakes, just insisting on perfections, everything they must do right. Children will make mistakes. They have to make mistakes to explore. Okay, so we should not be too critical. That was the main point from yesterday. And if whatever they told you yesterday, it just reflects how you have been relating with them. That was what I said. And then when you keep most of the things the parents mentioned yesterday, I think nobody talked about looks. None of them said their child, was not happy about the way they look. Now, those kind of things can make your child fall an easy prey to bullies. Okay, so if they are not okay with the way they are, bullies can talk to them. They will feel less of themselves. And then even all those critics that they have at home, when they go to school, they are not able to stand up for themselves because you keep condemning, you keep shaming, you keep criticizing them. So the high point was that we should pay attention to how we talk to our children. Even when they have done something we don't like, how do we communicate it? How do we communicate it? And what impression are we giving them, about the things that they did? All right, so who has been following? So if you're just joining in, again, I am Boma Oboforibo, a positive parent coach and the founder of the Positive Parenting Academy, an online academy that helps parents to overcome the challenges of raising children using positive principles. Okay, and we are also launching the Skilled Kids Hub, which is an online community for children 5 to 10 years, okay, where we're going to be teaching them skills that they need, to be impact makers, global leaders, stand out. Because I realize that most of the challenges parents actually have is coming from a place of your child not being skilled. If your child can self-regulate, if your child can think critically, if your child has self-control, if your child has problem-solving skills, if they have conflict resolution skills, if their executive function is top-notch, most of the things that we actually complain about would no longer be a problem. And the best time, so like children, they are in stages. So from 0 to 5 years is actually the time when you start, putting the foundation of discipline. So that's why you see toddlers must have a predictable routine. That is discipline, so that they can thrive, because children thrive on predictability. If they can't predict what is next after this one, that's when they throw tantrums. Now from 5 to 10 is the period of training. That is when you start building skills. And children at this age, they are old enough to understand, but young enough to listen. At this time, you are the first voice and the most important. Make the most of it. Use this period to build the things you want to see when they become teenagers. A lot of parents get it wrong. They wait, they say, okay, leave them. When they become teenagers, they will know all these things. But when they get to teenage years, other voices now come into the picture. You are no longer the first, although you're still the important, but you move to the fourth floor. Now they listen to their peers, and if you've not even taught them the kind of friends they should be having, imagine what would happen. They listen to peers, other adults, pop culture, and every other person. So that is why it is critical at this age, 5 to 10, you build important skills that will form the foundation for, what they become when they get to their teenagers. So we are starting in January. Registration has been ongoing. The slots are limited. If you want your child to be a part of this, please, after this time, or just sign up, okay? By the 22nd of December, we'll be doing some onboarding where we have a session with parents, bring you up to speed with what it is we're going to be doing, okay, and help you to understand the whole curriculum. So it's all through the year. Every month in the year 2024, they're going to be learning one critical life skill that will help them. It's going to be a time of, bonding, working together, because one basic need of a child, okay, is for somewhere to belong. And if children don't have the right place to belong, it's a problem. So you must ensure that you put them in the right community of people that they are hearing the same thing, they are working together, they are building tangible friendships and relationships. And that is what the Skilled Kids Hub offers. Okay, it's going to be an amazing time, and I hope that we all sign in. All right, so if you got value, let me see in the comment section what you learned, what you took away, and what you will be doing differently. Okay, so thank you for staying with me today. Today is day 3 and we are done. And I was also able to talk about day 2 for those that did not join in. So tomorrow is another day, right? And it has been an amazing time. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining in. We'll continue in the WhatsApp group, okay? So go and put there what you learned. Remember, there's a free resource for every parent that has been joining in and engaging in the WhatsApp group, okay? So have an amazing night, and bye for now.